Hello and welcome to this Employability Skills Program video. My name is Vladimir, I'm the coordinator at Bright Red Triangle, and today I'll be talking to you about the Bono's thinking hats. This is a method that the Bono created around 1967, and it's a way that you can look at different problems from 6 different points of view. Now, this will be very helpful when you have to work in a team and when you try to evaluate any business idea or any idea as a whole. I want to start with a short story. Bono refers to that in his book. It's called Solomon's Judgment. So King Solomon was faced with a very tough decision. He had two women come to him, and each of them claimed to be the mother of a baby. Now, King Solomon had no idea what to do, so he decided to ask for a dagger and said, "We'll cut this baby in half. Each woman will receive one part of the baby." Pretty radical. So one of the women stood still, legend tells it, and the other one was very upset and pleaded with the king, "Please, no, just save the child, give it to the other woman." So Solomon quickly figured out who the real mother was. Now, this is a very outdated story, but it gives you an idea of what De Bono was talking about. How can we look at different problems from different points of view to figure out a solution? Now, as I said, there's 6 hats, and we'll start with the blue one. The blue hat is usually known as the control hat. This one is worn by someone who's a facilitator and makes sure that the 6 hat guidelines are followed. It manages the process of thinking and it facilitates discussion. The white hat is the hat that you would wear when you discuss facts. It's when you present what we know, what we need to know, and you need to be very objective here. It's all about data. So there's no analysis, there's no points of view, it's just pure and raw data. And this would probably be a hat that you would wear at the beginning of a team meeting, or when at the very early stage you start evaluating an idea. It's say, last month we had £5,400 in sales, and we delivered that with 3 people that were selling. Now, we were not talking about whether that's good or bad. It's just pure facts. The next hat is the yellow hat. That's the happy hat. Everything that went good about a process, a service, an idea, what are the long-term benefits. You need to be quite positive when you wear this hat. An important thing to note is that this is not some sort of blue sky thinking. You always have to state your reasons here. Say if you think that an idea is good and it will deliver value to the organization, you need to say why. The next hat is the black hat. Some people call this the safety hat. It's very good. It identifies risks and problems. It's where you can unleash your skeptical self. Obviously, you will provide feedback, but it needs to be constructive. Don't overuse this. Don't use this as an excuse to attack your teammates' ideas. That is not the point that we're looking for here. It's about making sure that we think of things that might go wrong. Green hat is my favorite hat. It's the creativity hat. Here you can be brave with new ideas. It's not necessarily logical. You can think of different ways that any challenges that appeared in the black hat can be solved, or any good things that happened in the yellow hat can be enhanced. There is a good question that we use when we do creativity workshops, and it's how might we better something? And we always give participants 1 minute to write down as many ideas as they can on a post-it note, however outrageous they are. And I think that this is exactly what the green hat is about. It's about being creative. It's about being brave. No matter how silly your idea is, after that, you can reflect on it and you can harvest the best ones. The red hat is the hat where you express your feelings. Now, you don't have to state any reasons. This is when you say, actually, I have a bad feeling about this. This doesn't really make me feel comfortable, or I really like this. I think this is great. You know, it's all about your intuition. It's all about your gut feeling, and it's a chance to see what your emotions can bring up in the idea generation process. Now, we went through the hats, and I'm just going to give you an example of how to use the hats. Say you have a group meeting scenario. You could start by wearing the blue hat, state why you're here, and it's important to know one person should wear this hat. And another thing I should state is everyone should be wearing the same hat at the same time. You shouldn't have one person that is going to speak about all the good things and another one that's going to point out all the bad things. We don't want that. That's not the point of this exercise. It's so that everyone can be wearing the same hat, we think in the same direction, and that way we come up with new creative ways to fix an idea, to fix a problem, and to develop an idea, sorry. So you start with the blue hat, state why you're here, state why you have gathered here today, what's the point of this meeting. Then you move on to the red hat. How is everyone doing? Is everyone feeling a bit down? And everyone should have a chance at speaking at this point. White hat as well, state the facts and figures. We don't need an analysis here. We don't need to know how you feel personally about the fact that someone only spent 25 minutes working on their coursework last week or on the group project. This is where we state the obvious and then we move on. Then we start with the good things. What was good since the last time you met, or if this is the first time that you're meeting, maybe state what you're good at. What are the skills, what you can bring to the table. And again, everyone should get a chance at speaking here. Then the black hat, what challenges did you face? What could have gone better? Where did you perhaps drop the ball? And why? Both with the yellow and the black ones, you need to say why. You need to state reasons. You can't just say, well, this happened. I didn't do my coursework just because I couldn't be bothered. You need to state some reason. It needs to be constructive. Now, once you've gone through what went well, what were the challenges, go back, see how everyone feels now. Are there any things that start popping up? Are there any frictions between the team members? And try and facilitate those, try and move past those. And that's when the green hat comes on. That's when let's try and be creative at solving the challenges, or let's try and think of more ways that we can enhance the good things that have happened since last time, or the good things that we're planning. And then you wear the facilitator hat at the end of the meeting, sum up what you've decided, and move on. Now, that's the Bono's 6 thinking hats in a nutshell. Important things to know is that everyone should be wearing the same hat at the same time. We don't want any unnecessary tension, friction, or fights to happen in your team. This is one of many thinking tools that can help you develop your lateral thinking. You could use this in combination with other things, other techniques, brainstorming, critical thinking. Use it for your benefit. Don't let this tool define the way that you have to work. Use it to enhance the way you work. And as always, I hope that this has been helpful. And thank you for joining me today.